Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I don't know how you got here, but I do hope that you'll stay until the end of this video because in this particular video, we're going to continue working on a condominium studio unit that I have been commissioned for. So a quick recap. Before we did work on these rough drawings where I made a rough floor plan. Then I had some consultations with the client and started finalizing the plan a bit, and then we started with mostly the kitchen at first, and then eventually I came up with some ideas to work on for the living area slash dining area slash entertainment area slash everything else, and also some ideas for the bedroom. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to have another consultation with the client because life. And that does happen sometimes in the field. A lot of times we're at the mercy of the situation. And we can't really do anything about that except try to move forward and try to keep progressing from what we've already done. So with that said, I was able to bring up the ideas with the color schemes and my concerns about it. So currently, the color scheme of the studio unit is beige, brown, white, and black. So the thing about the colors is, for the most part, they're all warm. And for the whites, it's all in the ceiling. So it kind of brings out a bit of a problem when it comes to mixing and matching. So the last advice that I was able to talk about with the client was repainting the walls. And my suggestion was that we repaint the walls the color blue. So the limitation in terms of colors is actually the flooring, because we can't do anything about the flooring other than like put maybe carpets on top of it. But other than that, the floor will always be predominantly brown, brownish orange. I'm not quite sure what color you want to call that. So moving forward, in this particular episode, or in this particular video, I don't know. But in this particular video, we're going to continue with our rough sketches, and we're just going to mess around this time with color schemes, my favorite. Of course, if you don't know, I'm really not good at coloring, so I mean, I enjoy trying to make color schemes, but coloring is definitely not my strongest attributes as an architect. So as usual, we always go back to the floor plan. I'm gonna set the floor plan up there, and now I'm just gonna start sketching. So last time I was also able to figure out some solutions for the sofa bed-a-bobber thing. And the client was very happy with that solution, but a bit concerned with like how we're going to be able to pull it off, mostly because we also have to find people that are a bit on the economic feasible end. Which is okay. It's always okay. We can always figure it out. But the truth of the matter is, you should know that you get what you pay for. I mean, it's just a common law that people should really begin to understand whenever they hire people. If you want to pay less, you should expect less effort. Of course, there are some variables that we always take into consideration. For example, I take into consideration like my personal relationship with the person that I am working for, or how committed a person is to fulfilling my design ideas. So let's say someone commissioned me to design something for them and didn't really have the budget, but they were willing to do anything that I designed. As in, no questions asked, no revisions, no anything. Whatever I say goes. I'd actually be quite open to taking that project. Or let's say that, for example, this current client right now is very nice to me, treated me very well, and even though they're on a budget, they're still able to pay me correctly. I take those things into consideration. I'm not completely heartless. As long as I'm making enough money, from in my personal opinion, as long as I'm making enough money to survive, and I'm not, really falling behind on bills or anything, and it's not a big deal for me. There will be clients though that they're going to try to use that to their advantage, which I've had happen to me a few times. And they're not going to really, like, once you get into business with them, then they just become a nightmare. And it's all part of the in that instance, it's all part of the game, I guess you could say. There's nothing really we can do about that, but that's always fine. Oh my, let's see. So we're just making a quick sketch, but I'm kind of like figuring out why it's not working out properly. I think I got the wrong angle, that's why. But I'm trying to make a isometric kind of 3D representation this time. This time around, I'm more of an isometric because I think that we'll get a better idea on an isometric. So in an isometric, we kind of work with just two angles, but I'm not really getting the angles. So I'm gonna kind of try to make them work here. Let's go this way. Yeah, something like that, I think. I think that's correct. And then drop it down here. All right. Okay. Just like that. And then maybe get this over here. Yeah, something like that. And then this will be here. And then up, up. So in an isometric drawing, we kind of get a better idea of how the plan goes into the equation. Because in perspectives, we kind of use these vanishing points, which kind of makes things kind of go off the rails. Not really go off the rails, but kind of like you don't have any, you have a more difficult time with figuring out the vantage points or the viewpoints. Whereas in isometric, everything is kind of intersecting in parallel. So in this instance, just another rough drawing. Just another isometric here. I think I made it a bit too long on this end, so we're gonna kind of shorten it here. Maybe something like that. Around here, I believe. Yeah, something like that. Okay. It's actually quite late because, like I say, life is kind of life kind of takes a lot from us, but it's kind of throwing me off a bit, but no excuses. We got to keep doing this no matter what. So last time, I kind of figured this out already. Something like that. Correct. And this is going to be an altar. So it's something like this. And just kind of gonna try to connect it as best as possible. Yeah, something like that. A bit higher here on the shelf. We have a fascia. We also have a fascia down here. Okay. Yeah, all right. Trying to clean up the lines a bit. So it's still a bit messy, but that's fine. Like I said, just making rough drawings, guys. Okay. So let's get the number 2 out here. Kind of draw up to there. So this is where that intersects, and then have a wall here. So if you guys have played The Sims before, you're kind of getting an idea of what an isometric drawing can come out like. But at least with an isometric drawing, we kind of get the whatchamacallit. We get an idea of what it would look like if we sectioned something in a 3D way. Okay. So let me just try to darken the lines here. Oops. I'm just gonna start with the pencil first, because I'm not quite sure yet. Okay. Just like that. Usually when I make lines, I try to overlap the very end of the lines right here, because this kind of, even if the line is crooked, it kind of makes it a bit more sharp. But no, it's up to you guys. If you're better at drawing lines than I am, you probably won't need to do that. Okay, so we kind of have this going on here. Then that's the bedroom. That's the living room over here. Okay. So in the isometric, the beauty of it is we can omit portions that we're trying to, that are blocking or obstructing the view. So that's kind of why I'm choosing to work with isometric today. Okay. Next thing, so we're gonna guess that the ceiling height is somewhere around 2.7. Excuse me. 2.7 or 2.4. So when we have a sofa, the height of the chair is somewhere around 0.45 to 0.6 meters. Usually depends on the area, but yeah. So let's try to divide this. If we, let's make the ceiling height 2.4 to be safer. So if we're gonna divide this here, this is gonna be 2.4. We can divide this into 3, right? And that'll make that around 0.4, so this would be around 0.5 right here. Okay. Now we can kind of get an idea where this is. Somewhere around there. Okay, so obviously I've made some sort of mistake. How can I tell that I've made a mistake? Because this distance right here should kind of match this distance. So let's try to make it let's try to adjust it a bit. Somewhere around here, I suppose. Yeah. Right around there, I'm gonna guess. Okay. So, like that here. We're gonna fix this up a bit here. And make that here. Alright. So it's not really coming out correct, but I think the problem is this line right here. That's the line. Okay. I'm going to say that this is somewhere around 0.6, right? And then this is another 0.6 right here. And then this is around 0.25. Okay. All right, and with that said, you can kind of use this side here. So this is around 1.2. Use that, and we have 0.2 around here, so divided by 3, so that's around here, 0.2. We're gonna try to like indent it around 0.5, something like that, just like that. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay, next thing we're gonna do here is kind of divide this. So we're gonna make these into 2 hopper types. Hopper type doors. And that one there. So this is around 0.6, so it's a bit higher, like that. Okay, great. And this right here is, there's a fascia. We also need a fascia up top. And we'll have sliding doors right here. Okay, there. And we're gonna make this the cushion, just like that. All right, so now we have this portion. Okay. It's kind of crooked, but that's fine. All right, that's fine. Crooked is fine. You don't have to make it perfect, guys. Hopper. Sliding. And this one. Okay. So we got that going on. Let's make some pillows here. Okay. We'll make a circle kind, I guess. And we'll have another pillow over here. All right, and then that'll do fine. Usually with these kind of items like pillows or candles or magazines, books, you want to stick with the odd numbers. So because when you make it even, it kind of makes it unrealistic for some reason. I don't exactly know what the psychology is behind that, but hey, that's what it is. You know, that's the facts. So let's go ahead and get out our ever so handy uni pens and start messing around with the darkness of this outline. Oh, almost dropped it, sorry. Okay. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. And one more here. All right. So let's go ahead and drop this one also. So it's going to be around here. This one is going to be around here. And bam. Oops. Running out of ink. Okay. Okay. And then let's use a 0.4. Fill up the fascia here. Okay. It's kind of getting sloppy. Oh well, that happens. And then let's use it here as well for the sofa bed. The sofa bed can be a bit sloppy. There we go. Okay. Bam, just like that. If you want to give pillows a kind of pillowy feel, you can like give them Winnie the Pooh ears in the corners. And then we can just go like that. Alright. And then here, so since it's a cushion, we're just going to give it kind of a round edge. Just like that. And in the center, we're going to have kind of a crease here. So we gotta have to make it crease a bit in the center, just like that. And here, get that in there, just like that. Put a couple dots. All right, that'll do, that'll do. All right, next. The base, just straight across, just like that, yep. And just like that. So here we can kind of make the section of this one. For here we have like a bit of support, and then it has a backing here. Oops, my lines are getting crooked. Okay, so we have that design for the inside. And next thing, let's go ahead and, so here we need like a divider of some sort. So let's just make it straight up and divider, okay. And then here, another divider. And then we can have, we don't, or perhaps we can put a divider here as well. Yeah, let's go all the way from the floor. Let's just go and close it off, just like that. And right here, just like that. Okay. Yeah, why not divider? Okay. So hopefully all of these measurements will work out just fine with for the client, but it's not yet final, so at least they're gonna have an idea now of how this will work out. Let's go ahead and use the 0.2 to make the doors, cabinet doors and such. So here, so like I mentioned before, these are going to be sliding. So they're going to be kind of narrow sliding doors, but it's fine. And one is going to overlap the other. So let's see here, something like that. So that's fine. These are going to be hopper type. Okay. Let's kind of make it work. Yeah. And this one is going to be a drawer. This is going to be a private chest box. Okay, good so far, good so far. Now let's go back to the 0.4. And we'll just make a divider there. And another divider here. Okay. And we'll do that. And then here we can have another hopper type window. Okay. All right. And down. This one can just be one cabinet door. All right. And then back here, of course, we have the bed, which is going to extend quite a distance. So right there. So we kind of assume it's right here. And we have a window right here. Okay. I'm gonna cover this with blinds though, right? So, oh, I forgot about the annoying column that sits here. So let's try to fill it in real fast. Go back to our 7. So this isometric is a bit off, but it'll be fine. Okay, so we have this column that's in our way. Okay, now we're gonna put some pillows here as well. Two pillows for 2 people, and I'll just put like a blanket that's kind of folded up a bit. Yeah, there we go, just like that. And so here we have, supposedly we're gonna have blinds, right? So, or not blinds, sorry, curtains. The thing about these curtains though that's kind of difficult is maybe we should put a header here. That way it's not so obstructive. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And we have the 2 shelves over here on this end. So let's just make a shelf stick out. Then we have another one here. Oh, sorry, it's somewhere around there actually. Well, I'm not quite sure where it is right now, but it's there. Okay, and let's get a 0.4 again. And let's fill in these lines. Okay. So when you kind of think about it, when you do this on the computer, the only difference is, of course, it's going to look cleaner on the computer, but if I put more effort into it, I could probably get a clean image as well. Okay. Well, maybe not. I guess I'm not that good of a drawer, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what I could accomplish if I tried? It goes for anybody, really. Okay. Let's start with this blanket here. Just like that, just like that. Get the pillow with the Winnie the Pooh ears. Something like that. Then one on the other side. Okay, just like that. And we have drawers. I'm sorry guys, it's really late at night and I'm starting to get attacked by the boogeyman here. Starting to put his sleeping sand on me. Okay, so isometric. Now let's go ahead and start doing the colors again. So once again, we're gonna start with the floor. Let's try to get a good grasp of the floor here. So what I'm really trying to figure out, really trying to figure out is just how to get the color scheme right, because I'd like to present it better to the client. But like I said, coloring is not really my strongest attribute. It's alright though, we'll do our best here. Just scribble it on there, guys. Don't be afraid. I'm not particularly afraid of it like overlapping onto other things, because the reality is, for the property of light, it actually bounces, color actually bounces off of surfaces. So you kind of see the color bounce onto the other materials around it. So that's why I find it okay. It's pretty fine. What colors did I use last time? I don't really have the picture as reference right now, so I'm just kind of ballparking it. So the picture I used last time is not actually of the unit, it's actually a picture provided by the developers. So that's kind of the unit at its best, I guess you could say. Well, we never know. Maybe this unit will be better. Maybe, I don't know. See what happens. We will see what happens, guys. Yeah, so just scribble it on there. You would think that I'd be good at watercoloring, because watercoloring is basically kind of just scribbling and then washing out colors, but I'm horrible at watercolors. Coloring is just, you know, my only kryptonite, I would say. Aside from being a bit stubborn sometimes, but yeah, never been that good at coloring. Even when I was little, I never, because I never liked coloring. I don't know, all the other kids like playing with their coloring books. Not me. I like making the things that people color. So we're just gonna kind of do it a rough coloring scheme here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Overlap that. Alright. I think this is how it I did it last time. Okay. So I'm just trying to get this color scheme to work, guys. I'm really sure that it's a very orange tone though. Just really what I don't like about this particular color, the tiles. Okay, just so we have a reference, I'm gonna kind of do what I did last time and black out the edges here. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Oops. Black it out. Just like that. Blacking it out. The thing about color pencils is if you start out light, it usually ends up light no matter what you do. If you start out dark, then it kind of gets harder to edit it. But I don't know. I really like more of a faded style. That's why I don't really like pushing on it too much. But, you know, it's all up to you. You know, design it the way you want to design it. As long as, you know, as long as you can understand it and you can help other people understand what's going on, that's all that matters. Don't get into the idea that, like, everything has to be perfect. Because, you know, nothing's perfect. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get inside. As Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump's mama once said. Okay, I think this one still needs a bit more brown on it. Yeah. Come on, get that brown on there, baby. Get it all in there. Get the brown on this end also. Yeah. So much brown. So much brown. Scribble that brown. Be dirty. Just dirty. Dirty brown. Okay. That's enough dirty. So like I said, I'm kind of feeling that the wall should be painted blue. So I'm kind of thinking like a faded dark blue, but we're gonna start here with light blue. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. So get that color in there. And then also on this wall, get kind of a blue going on. Yeah, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna overlap it this way as well. Just like that, just like so. And let's get some dark blue on that. Yeah, just kind of get it on there. Don't press too hard, not too hard, just the right amount. Just like that, just like that. Okay, and let's do it. Let's do some vertical blue, just like that, just like that. Some people also like to smear it, which gets a nice effect as well when you're using colored pencils. but it's not personally my style. Okay. I think it needs a bit of a pink touch to it. Slight pink on it to get that color I'm looking for. Get that nice kind of faded color. Yeah, there we go. There we go, nice and faded. I think that's correct. Get this blue on here. Yeah. Okay, get some more orange down here. Just mix it all up. Mix it all up as much as possible, you know. Get that color to work for you, right? And then we're gonna get some yellow. So like I said, this is gonna be bleached wood. So our base for bleached wood is kind of yellow. If you actually look at the table I'm working on, although this is fake wood, pretty sure it's fake wood, it's kind of got a whitish tone. So this is kind of what bleach looks like, but a bit more on the yellow end. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there. But not too dark now. Just enough. Okay. Let's also make this bleached as well. Yeah, and we'll make the fascia bleached, just like that. Okay, just like that, nice and bleached. Okay. And then we'll have the dividers bleached as well, just like that. Okay. This bleached here. Okay. So last time we added some brown to that. Oops. Yeah. Okay. We should get this bleached here also. Just like that. Guys, you don't have to be clean. You just what we're trying to figure out here is the color scheme. So just go ahead and you know, just let it all out. Let it all out. Not too dark now. Okay. Just like that. Add some of this pink here again. Okay. There we go. All right. Not so bad, not so bad. Let's get our number 2. And we're gonna do my scribbling technique. So like I said, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is just how I make my drawings a bit more lively, even though I know that it's not really completely appreciated. Okay. So here, we're definitely going to have some lights going this way. Kind of like that. And then the lights are going that way. That means the lights will go this way. Kind of add it more here because it's a bit bigger. Just like that, okay? And then we're gonna kind of figure this out here. Make it a bit more vertical. Appear more vertical. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll do this here. Okay. So this is just my technique, you know. If you have your own technique, go ahead and try it out, you know. Try to be you. Try to make your work seem like your work and not somebody else's work. Okay. So I think what happened here is it's not straight enough, so kind of got in a weird angle. But that's fine. Go here. Kind of do that there. Okay. This is gonna look a bit awkward, but let's try it. Okay. Just like that. Okay. What did it do? Something like that, I think. Yeah. Something like that, just like that. Not too much effort. Just enough. So I have to kind of make the imperfections work with my strokes here, my pen strokes. Okay. So the imperfections are more visible now, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. And then we have that running bond pattern. So let's just try to make it happen here. Yeah, just like that. Not exactly how big I'm not exactly sure how big the tiles are. So we're just gonna work with some not to scale idea. Just like that. Don't be afraid, guys. It's gonna be fine. Alright, and then we can get the 0.7 again. Just kind of work around with that. Try to make it more, the solid lines more solid. Alright. There. So I think that this combination is kind of a bit better here. Let's try to get some other colors working around us here. So we have the brown, got the blue. Let's take a look here. Some previous drawings. So this is how we had an idea before. I think we can go for like a grayish color, grayish white or grayish blue. Let's see what happens. I don't want it to be white, because the white is mostly for the cabinets. It's not really working though. Because we have this transition going from the orange to the yellow, right? And we have these whites kind of neutralizing everything. And these are the accents. So we don't want it to be white, but we also don't want it to be, no, we don't want it to be too plain. So maybe like a gray, and our pillows can scream a bit more, I suppose. Scream a bit more color. Something like that. Something like that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe get some yellow there. Come on. Let's see what happens. I don't want to make it red. Trying to make it kind of a light color. On the gold spectrum. And I need to figure this out. It's okay, guys. This is real architecture right here, where you're just kind of experimenting with everything. Not quite sure yet. I don't want to leave it white. That's one thing for sure. But I also don't want to make it too colorful, because it has to. We're working with this transition here that's kind of like getting me off guard. And I'm not sure, because whenever I mention like terminations, that also counts with the transitions here. So we kind of go into this brown, yellow, and then we go into this light color, and then we go to the blue. Then it goes to white, of course. And then this is also bleached wood here. So let's get that out of the way. Sorry, wrong color. Something like that. Something like that, right? I'm really thinking it should be some sort of gray. Where's my black at? Like the bed and this sofa can be like a grayish color, somewhere in the gray spectrum. Not like a dark gray. A gray that's more on the bluish tones. It's not working out so much though, is it? That's fine. We'll figure it out, guys. It's kind of the same as we're going to do here with the bed. Something on the grayish tones. Let's get some yellow on there. Get some of that pink. Then get some black. Nice black. So the bed cover can be white. This, of course, is going to be Duca finish. So let's go ahead and make that Duca finish, just like that. Okay. Kind of turned into a green, but that's fine. Let's kind of get that here. And then we can darken the edges a bit. The blue. Something like that. Yeah, just like that. This one, get this side really dark, should do. Okay, just like that. right. Actually, it doesn't look that bad, does it? You know what? The walls should have like a bit of yellow also, I think. Yeah, something like that. Just a bit, just a bit. Okay, and let's get these a bit yellow also. Get some gold in there. Just like that, just like that. The blinds here, we'll have a bleached wood for the fascia for the blinds. Get some brown on that, just like that. Right. And maybe some, oh, sorry, pink, I mean, slight pink. Okay. I think the colors are starting to work a bit more better though, if you ask me. If you ask me, I'm not quite sure what you guys are thinking, but you can always leave a comment down below and tell me like it's horrible. Let's go ahead. Let's make this a bit darker. Okay. Okay. Just like that, just like that. Okay. Okay. Almost done, guys. Maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't be Dooku. Not quite sure. Let's get the beige here. Make this beige. Just like that. Okay. Get the beige. Slight orange. Let's get some red in here, actually. Just kind of scribble that on there. Just like that. Okay. Right. And then we'll get this gold color right here. Let's try to get the gold on the curtains. Just like that. Then I'll get some dark blue on there as well. Something like that. Something like that. Kind of got something going on here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of digging it a bit better. Let's go ahead and get a 0.2. 0.2 again. Let's try to like make the verticals a bit more vertical. Just like that. Just like that. Maybe a darker blue color here. Just like that. Darker blue. Let's get some reflection on the brown. Let's make some reflection on the bed. Give me some black. Yeah. Dark blue. Okay. Get the yellow again. Kind of just spray that over there. Spray it on there. Just make it kind of fade out. I'm not sure why this vertical here is not working out, but I'm just gonna kind of cheat it just like that. Cheat it out just like that. Okay. And we can do that for here also. Gonna make it go down. Get the black again. Try to work more on darkening these edges. Just want them super dark. Just like that. So actually, this portion over here is not this far off. There's actually supposed to be some things going on here on this end. So, for example, there's going to be a desk here somewhere. Then there's, so this kind of closes off here somewhere. Then this is the desk somewhere around here, right? And here we have our TV console, and we have our dining table here. So to make it more realistic, we're gonna kind of fade it into black here. Just like that. Here we have a baseboard actually, so let's put that there. So where's my 0.2? Yeah, 0.2, just like that. Okay, let's use the 0.4 again. We'll make some scribbles here. Nice, big, thick scribbles here and there. Get some in this side. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Nice and big. Just nice and big. Just like that. Okay. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. Nice and thick. Big and thick. All right. Get that here. Scribble that. Scribble this. Okay. So I don't have much ornamentation going on, so it kind of makes it a bit awkward looking. But I think I prefer this color scheme much more than the original color scheme we were going with. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure about the transitions here. Excuse me. Yeah, keep burping. Because originally it seemed too warm, I guess you could say. We have here very warm, very warm. Because when it's really warm colors, it kind of makes a space feel really small. And since we already have a really small space, we kind of want to make it look a bit bigger. But in this layout, somehow there's like a feeling of more space. So, you know, just like a side note for you guys, when you use warm colors, what you want to do is you're trying to make a cozy space. So you're trying to make a space feel a lot smaller. But when you use cooler colors, it kind of makes a space feel more bigger. It kind of depends on the situation when you use it, because sometimes, even though you think that having a bigger space would sound better, it kind of can feel a bit daunting. Because if you think about it, if you think about the idea of being lost in the middle of space, that's what kind of happens. I believe Le Corbusier, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Corbusier. I believe that when he talks to his clients, he said that he likes to interview them in a plain white room, like everything is just white, and the only thing that you can hear in that room is the sound of the air conditioner. And the reason he does that is the same reason that I like to use scribbles, because when people are in that kind of space, they kind of start, reflecting on them. They start reflecting about what kind of person they are, and they're able to express what they want better. But another thing is, when you go to somebody like Le Corbusier, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I have to learn it, but I'm sorry. Well, when you go to a person like him, you should also know what you're going to expect. What kind of house you're going to get. You should expect it already, because obviously that's him. If you go to Calatrava, you should know what kind of house you're going to get. If you're going to go to, who else is working so far? Daniel Lipskin, Frank Gehry, or if you go to people that are inspired by Zaha Hadid or Frank Lloyd Wright, don't try to force them to do something that they didn't show you in their repertoire. I can say that word, but I can't say Le Corbusier. But anyway, so this is kind of how isometric drawings work. Kind of get a feel for it. So yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling these colors better. It's really just the tiles that are throwing me off a bit, because I don't typically work with these kind of colors, because this is way too warm for my liking, and it's also very very out of the ordinary, I guess you could say. It's the kind of color that you probably see in more vintage style homes. But like I said, the client has expressed they would prefer something more industrial or something more modern, and that's what I'm trying to provide to them. So I'll try to do my best to do that for them. But so far, at least we have an idea of what the interior is going to look like. So this is just a bit kind of empty. But let's go ahead and let's fill it up with some things. So like I said before, this is the altar, and then we have usually have some sort of figurine here. Just kind of put it there, right? Then maybe some candles of some sort. Just scribble them on there. And then over here, I think I put like a plant. I'm not quite sure, like an aloe vera. And then we have some sort of picture frames, stuff like that. Here we have some books, I believe. I forgot what I put. And then here also, if they'd like, we can easily just put some picture frames here. Not a problem at all. Kind of like a bunch of different types of picture frames. And then we'll just darken it out a bit. Yeah, just like that. Right. Kind of give it more life, you could say. Kind of just like that. Scribble it on there. Or they can be paintings, it's all up to the client. We can discuss that with them. when the point gets to it. Go ahead and make that red. We'll make these picture frames kind of blackened out. Just like that, just like that. Okay. And then we'll put some green here. Some more green, yeah, just like that. If they'd like, we can actually, if the client is interested, we can put some like carpets here, but you know, and we'll probably make them like yellow or something. Not quite sure yet, but yeah, I think this color scheme is a bit, at least it's a bit cooler somehow. It's not as warm as before. We're really trying to stick to kind of this kind of color scheme somehow, but hopefully when I do the as-built plans, we can start inputting it into the computer and start trying different light renders. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I know it's kind of, I'm not really in the zone right now because it's late at night and I've got work later actually because it's late. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching anyway. I hope you guys picked up some new ideas in your own like designs, or if you're like a client looking for an architect, I hope you have an idea of what, you know, client a relationship with your architect should look like. But yeah, until next time guys, I hope you always take care. I hope we can always better ourselves, and bye bye.